Here we'll go through a few more options for styling your data. That means putting symbols and labels and other things. So we can label features by a category. We have various different items in the table and can select one and color by different values for that item. Here we're coloring each of the states a different color. And we can double click or click on the individual entries and change their colors also. We can change the labeling of features. So here in layer properties, I can go to the layer tab and say label the features, and then I can change the font or the shape or the size of these labels. We can change the placement properties. We all have to go in and manually move them after we put them, but we can get them in more or less good shape first by the label properties. We can also turn the labels on and off in the table of contents. We can style, and we usually do this with point features, we can style proportional to the size. So I can use quantities to get graduated symbols where I change the size of the symbols depending on a value. Now here's population data for cities, and it has this default between 4 and 18, but I might want to spread from 2 to 20 for the point size. And it looks at the size of the population and then fits it into a category. I can change the color or the individual symbols. I can change the outline color or whether it's there or not. So there are lots of options by clicking into the symbols themselves. And again, as with other labels, I can click on the individual labels and change their values one at a time. Now, within our layout, there's lots of things we can do to change the properties. For example, I can change the border or change the fill color of a frame around a layout and change the background color. I can add a drop shadow if I have a border there on a page. I can also change the legend. So I'll add a legend and I'll show the legend. Now I can change the number of columns, but sometimes I want to actually change the legend more completely than it allows in the legend editor, so I can convert the legend to graphics. Now this breaks the link between the legend and the data frame. So if I change the colors, it's not going to appear in the legend once I've converted them to graphics. But sometimes I need to specifically move, change, alter portions of the legend, so I convert them to graphics to make that easier. Here I can ungroup and group values. I can modify the individual components. I can change the font of the individual components, and I can regroup them if I want, once I've got them in a position as I'd like. So here I'm grouping them, and then I can resize them all. So you have a lot of flexibility in editing and styling, and we've just touched the surface, but hopefully this will help to get better looking maps for use in this course or in other courses in the future.